Okay, so now let us start our webinar. Hope all are doing good now in the situations. Okay, so we'll start our webinar now. So our topic is why Altium 365. So in this webinar, we are going to see what are the features of this Altium 365 and then how it is more supportive to the customers. Okay, so I am Rajeshwari, a field application engineer from PCB GraphTech, and also representing E-Cad solutions. Okay, so now let us see the agenda. So first topic will be introduction to Altium 365. So here we will see what is Altium 365 and then what are the features we have in Altium 365 in the web browser. Okay, then we will see about the second topic, global sharing. So meaning you can share your file with your different teams, maybe your same electronic department team, or if you want to share to your mechanical department team who are working in different locations. So we'll see how about it in detail. Okay, third is about your design release. So we are going to see how to release your design to Altium 365. Why we need to release the design? Because the design will have your Gerber and CDRL file, all those information. So if you want to share your file to the manufacturer, so you no need to open the software, save the file and send it off. You can do it in your Altium 365. So we will see it in detail about it. Okay, so next we will see about live demo of Altium 365. So finally, if you have any questions, you can post your questions in the chat panel so that I can answer you at the end of the session. Okay. So first topic, introduction to Altium 365. So what is Altium 365? It's actually a platform and it is not a product because it is a cloud-based platform. So where you can share your file, where you can edit the comments, all the informations you can give it in your web browser itself. Okay, so you can do the global sharing between your different team members or between your manufacturers. Then you can also access this Altium 365 without the software. Okay, you no need to have software. You can just have the Altium live account. So using your live account, you can sign into Altium 365 and you can have see a lot of features and enjoy the privileges there. Okay, so each organization will be having one workspace, and in that workspace you can have unlimited number of users. Okay, you can create your own Altium live account and then you can access this Altium 365. So no need to have a separate license for it. Okay, then if Altium 365 also comes with your Mcat E-Cad Collaboration. So if you want to share your file to your mechanical engineers, and then if you feel that often you are exporting your file or importing your file to your mechanical department. So what happens? There is a possibility that you may miss some data. Okay, either importing or exporting when you import your DXF file or Parasolid file, all these. So at that time, if you are using this Altium 365 for Mcat E-Cad Collaboration, which is done within the software itself using a Altium Core Designer panel. Okay, so this can be done in mechanical softwares like your SolidWorks, Inventor, and Creo. Okay, so now when we are sharing your file to the mechanical engineers, so what happens through your Mcat E-Cad Collaboration, the mechanical engineers can edit your board, like changing the shape of your board, and they can move your components, and they can make a hole. So whatever the changes they make, and they can push the board to the electronic department side, E-Cad side, so that you can open it in your Altium software and can see it off. So no need to save your file, make it as a zip and pass it to them, export it by using some DXF file or some Parasolid file. No need to do all these things. You can just use the Altium Core Designer panel within the software and you can do it off. Okay, so next one, procurement department. You can share your bill of materials directly using Altium 365. Okay, so all the bill of material informations you can just send it by using the email of your procurement department person. Just using their email, send the details, so they can sign into your Altium live account in the web browser. Then they can see the bill of material and they can download what are the components, all these informations from the Altium 365. So when you go for fabrication and assembly, so that is for the manufacturer. So I finish my design, I want to release the design. So you can release it in online to Altium 365. So once you release it in the web browser, you can go there and share your file to the manufacturer. So when you share the file after release, it will have your Gerber file, NC file, assembly file, then PDF file. So all this you can share to them, so that the manufacturer on the other side no need to have the software. He can just sign in with your Altium Live account to the Altium 365. Okay, just sign in, then he will be able to download all the files, Gerber file, NC file, and then he can check the files. Okay, each time no need to zip the file, email to them, and you no need to check that the file size bigger or smaller, all this. Okay, so for this Altium 365, there is no server installation. It is a cloud-based platform, so no server installation is there, and no separate license for this Altium 365. Okay, it comes along with your as a subscription free along with your Altium designer software. Okay. Okay, so when you are sharing your file, what are the things you can do when you share globally? So you can do your design review, like you can give the comments either from the software, or you can give the comments inside the web browser for the design. Maybe you can say that component is not is obsolete, so you need to change the component. Your team members can inform you from the web browser, so that you can see the comment inside your software. When you open, you can see the comment inside the particular document at that particular area. So you can immediately reply them that you okay is accepted, or okay I can change it, the part number or something. So the communication is very easier and very fast. You no need to go to email, type the message, attach the file. So no need to do everything now. Everything can be done in a single process, like you can do at the same time from the web browser as well as from your software. Okay, so electronic collaboration. So this electronic collaboration, you can consider your team members, you're working from one site 1 and site 2. So site 1 can be Singapore and site 2 can be Malaysia. So you both are working on the same project. Okay, so using this Altium 365 workspace, so what you can do is whatever the changes you do in your project, they can see at the same time. And they can also update the changes by giving the comment or by changing something. You will be updated when you're working inside the Altium 365. Okay, so there will be a collaboration between the same electronic team. Okay, so now I want to share my file. Okay, once I done my file, I want to share it. Now this share is available only from Altium version 20.1. So if you see on the top, you will see the share button. So you can share your project. Okay, so to whomever you want, maybe the person, the team member can be within your organization, or you can share to the manufacturer who is not in your organization, can be away from you. So you can share your project, or you can share it as a snapshot. Okay, so when you're sharing is as a snapshot, you can see here. So first, sharing as a project, whatever the changes you do at the latest update, it will be seen by the particular member who is getting the file. Maybe the team member can see the file, what is the latest update changes you have done. Okay, but same thing if you are sharing the file by using snapshot method. So snapshot will be available for that user only for 48 hours. So meaning that it will capture the screen only at that time. Okay, what time you are sending. So it will not have the latest update. Okay, so this is the difference between your share project and snapshot of your project. Okay, so you can just create the snapshot by creating the link and send it to them. So later this one I will show you in the demo also. Okay, so once we have done sharing, okay, next I'm going to see about the release. So I want to release my project. So I can release my project by keeping my project in the online. So I can release the project by generating my fabrication file, assembly file. So whatever the outputs I want, Gerber, NC drill, pick and place, bill of materials. So all I can generate it. So when I'm generating and releasing, it will automatically validate my project. So okay, it will validate and check for any error, and it will generate all the outputs. That is, it configure all the outputs. Then it will also execute the report. So then I can see the outputs in my software as well as inside the Altium 365 web browser. Okay, so this is what you can see here. What are the things has been done. So now next I'm going to see the outputs in my Altium 365 inside the software. So inside software, you have an Explorer panel, and this Explorer panel is for your Altium 365 server. You can see here my Altium 365 server, and once the project is released, you will see all this information. So like your source document, fabrication document, assembly document, and when it is released. Okay, what are the part list of my documents. Then you will see the project, source, fabrication. So all these informations will be given, followed by you can also see the download version. You can download the revision of your project so that you can open it in your software. Then you can also see, I want to open it in the website. So if I click on open in web, automatically the project design will be open in my Altium 365. So I can go directly to the web browser from Explorer panel. Okay. Okay, then the manufacturer collaboration. So once I finish releasing my project, I can go to the web browser and I can share my project design, that is the fabrication design and the assembly data. All this I can share it to the manufacturer just by sharing the file. Okay, then the manufacturer can go and see my assembly file, fabrication file. He can download the Gerber file, all these. Okay, later I will show you in demo in detail. Okay, so now we'll go for the live demo. So I'm just opening my software. So I open my software here. First, when I open, you see I have connected to my Altium 365 workspace, that is PCB GraphTech here. And then now I have to connect it. You see my project here in the project panel is a local project. Okay, so I want to make it to be online first. So to make my project to be online, so I can just right click here, make project available online. Okay, so when I click here, it will be made available. You can see view, share, and collaborate. If you want to change your project name to view in your browser, you can change it off. And then you can see under the advanced option where the project is available. It is under the folder of project. It is saved as temperature sensor. Okay, then if you want to give any description, you can mention. So I just don't give that. Let me make it to be online. So once you make online, you will see the Altium 365 workspace. It comes here and your project is made online. You will see the cloud symbol here. So once it is done, I want to share my project. So if I want to share, you can just go to this share button and then you can share here. So I just click share here. And then there are two ways to share. So I want to share my project. Then if I want to share, I can share the whole project to any person who is within the organization or outside. Then I can ask them to view only, or I can ask them to edit by giving them the choice to edit it. Okay, so you can also do that. So when I type the email and then I want to click OK, automatically the person will be receiving an email. Okay, he or she will receive the email. Then when they click the email, they will be able to go to Altium 365 to view the file. So this is when you do share project, whatever the latest update I do here, they will be able to see in Altium 365. That is, you're sharing your project. Then when I go to snapshot on the web, so in this case, I want to share with specific people. It meaning that it will be available only for 48 hours. Okay, not more than that. So I can create a link for them to spin. So I just click on create link. So automatically you see it will be generating a link. So once the link has been generated, I can copy the link. So I copy this link and then I can send it through email or any Slack app. So that what they can do, they will receive an email and then they open it in Altium 365. They will be able to see and they will give some comments, and it will be available only for 48 hours. Later, the project will not be available inside their web browser. Okay, so this is how you can do. So now I want to go for my online web browser and see whether I have saved this in my Altium 365. So I just go for my Altium 365 and then go my Altium 365 here. So you will be able to see that it is opening my Altium 365. So first I go to the project. So in the project, you will see the temperature sensor here. So I have saved it in my online. So let me open it here. So opening, you will see all the information of my design. So schematic documents, then my PCB documents. So then if I can see what are all the layers I have and what are all visible, you can also hide layers. Okay, if you click here, it will hide the layers. Okay, similar way you can do all the layers which you want to hide, which you want to show, you can do it here. Then you want to see the 3D view. So 3D view, you can just click for 3D. Then you can see the 3D view of your board here. And then I want to see the bill of materials. So click on bill of materials. So you will see all this bill of material information. So from here, you can share it off to whom you want to share your bill of material or 3D, all you can share from here. Okay, so now I just go for my project again, and then if you see when I click on project, in the right hand side you will see all the informations to whom I shared, what are the parameters I have, all these informations can see here. Okay, so now I go to the components under this. So when I go to the component, Altium 365 have so many component folders like amplifiers, audios. So there are so many components inside. For example, if you take capacitor. So under capacitor, I have 92 components. So click on capacitor, you will see so many components here. Okay, so from this, for example, I want to see a component and I want to use for my project. So I can take the component from here. So I just click on this T491D10. So when I click on this, you will see the properties of that component, right hand side. You see, it is a tantalum surface mount capacitor. And then you will see the volume production is the stock availability, then the manufacturer detail. Then coming down, you will see is there any model for it. So like footprint, symbol, then the reference data sheet. If you want to see the data sheet of this component, so I just click on this here. So it will show the reference data sheet of that component. Okay, so you can refer all the details of that component. Then you can get all the information about it. Okay, so going for the next, Mcat Plugin. So in Mcat Plugin, you will see what are all the mechanical softwares you can connect to for E-Cad Mcat Collaboration, like SolidWorks, Autodesk Inventor, PTC Cryo. So if you want to install, okay, for communication, you can go, for example, I'm telling you, if you want Inventor, you have Inventor in your PC. I click Inventor here, so you can download the installer and then install it in your Inventor. So you will have the Altium Core Designer panel. So this Altium Core Designer panel, you have to install inside the Inventor, and then you need to sign in with your Altium Live account. So signing in with Altium Live account, you can share and you can push and pull your project from the Altium 365 and do changes in your mechanical software. Okay, so no need to have any import file or export file, zip file, nothing. Just you can sign in with Altium 365 to get your file from the web browser. Okay, you can do that. Then part request. So when I go to part request, if you want to request any part, so you can add the request. So add request, you will be able to type in what manufacturer, what is the name of the manufacturer, then what is the part number. For example, Atmel, then it is at Mega, I want a microcontroller. So you can type in the part number. So part request will be auto, no need to change that. Then which date you want by the component, which date you want by, you can give the date, deadline date. Then you can assign it to the person whom you want, meaning that I want to assign it to the librarian. So you can type in the email of the librarian, and then you can choose what is the component type, whether it's a memory component, transformer, capacitor. So you can choose this. Okay, so then if you have any parameters to add for the component, for example, like value or the description or the designate, some information you want to add, you can also add the parameters. Then if you want to give the description of the component, you can just type description. Okay, it is a EEPROM, 34-bit EEPROM, all this information you can type here. Then if you have the data sheet, PDF data sheet, then you can also attach it, which will be reference for them. Okay, so you can do all this. Then I want to go for team, so I'm not saving any new, I just leave this page. Go for the team, you will see the team members. Okay, we are all in the same organization, so we are all the team members here. So you can invite your team members. Okay, you can do that here. So if I'm as an admin, I go for admin, you can also add the user. Okay, I can invite the user for my team, okay, who are in within your organization or others, other organization, you can invite them. Okay, other department also you can invite them. So I just want to invite the user. So for example, I'm going to invite Jean at pcbgt.com.sg. So I'm inviting my colleague here. Okay, so then I just add in the role. So I have so many roles here. I want to make her to be a librarian, so I just give the role like this. Then if you have any note, you can type in, hi Jean, I welcome you to our team. Okay, you can give the note, then you can invite them. Okay, so I just click on invite. Okay, so once you just invite them, you will be seeing them as your team members here. Okay. Okay, so if also see the gene has been added and the role has been assigned. Okay, so now you can see I have two administrators. One is me and my colleague here. So this admin has the right to do the many changes within the workspace. Okay, whereas the others will not have the right to do changes. Then you can also create the roles. How many roles you want to create, you can create, and who are all the members you want to create, you can also add them by giving the email ID, you can add their roles. Okay, so then session, under the session you will see who are all signed in, to Altium 365 as of now. You will see all them, all their names and their identity address. Okay, under the explore panel, here you can see what are all the components we have inside your Altium 365. Okay, so for example, again I go for capacitor, you see all the components here. And then if you want to download any component, so I just want to download some component like T491, the same one. If I download the revision, you can just click on here. So when you click on this and you want to download the component, you see that component will be zipped, and then the zip you can download it in your local PC. Okay, so once you save it, you will be getting the integrated library of that component, which you want to use it in the software, you can use it later. Okay, so you can download the components from this Altium 365, not only for component, also for the templates. So there are templates like bill of material, draftsman template, layer stack. So layer stack, you will see so many templates are there. If you want to use the template from Altium 365 server, you can just download here and save it in your PC and use it for your software. Okay. Then coming down, you see there is a project here. So the project, you will also see so many projects are here. And you can see now the temperature sensor which I have saved in Altium 365. So you will see all their details also here. Okay, so this is about the Explorer. Then go for the settings. You will see some of the settings like general, then general means is my workspace name, then the server address, where it is from, my server location, all these informations you can see here. Then the email notifications. So whenever I have any email, whenever I have any notification from Altium or from my teammates, so I will be getting the email. Okay, so that's why I enable my email notification. Going for the librarian role, I just created a librarian name. You can add admin also to be under the librarian role. You can add them. Then your custom states will tell you whether your component part request is under process or completed or rejected. So you can see it under this status. Then life cycle definitions. So life cycle definition will allow you to create your own life cycle. Okay, you can add a new life cycle and you can draw by your own. So now I show you the basic life cycle here. In the basic, you have the planned state, release date, state. So if you want to add a new state, you can add the state. Okay, and if you want to make the transition to be a public or non-public, you can also decide it. Okay, this you can set it under your life cycle management. So this life cycle definition, you can do it either in the web browser or inside the software. Anyway, you can do it off. Then the part providers we have, I just leave the site here. Then part providers, if you want to have any the companies as a part provider, you can enable them here. Okay, just click here to enable that part provider for your components. Okay, then there is a component sync which provides uni and bidirectional communication between your provides a uni and bidirectional synchronization of your component data with enterprise system. So now, as of now, the Arena is used, but for this you need to have the Concur Pro hosted in Altium 365. Okay. So this is about your web browser, all those things we have seen here. Okay, you can also upload your file. So either you can upload it from your Altium or Eagle Upload, you can upload it. Okay, so you can do all these things. So now I will just go for my software here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to release my design. So release my design and then show you how to send it to the manufacturer. Okay, so to do that, I will just be going to right click on my project and then I will go to project releaser because I'm going to release it in online. Okay, that is my Altium 365. Okay, so I just click project release. So once I click project release, you will be able to see this page. Okay, then it is including your source data, then the source file, no out job file. So because I didn't configure any outputs like Gerber file, NC file, I haven't configured. So I cannot release it. So what I need to do, I can configure it either from the temperature sensor, this out job file, I can do it from here, or I can do it from under the inside the releaser itself. Either way you can do it off. But I'm going to do in the out job and then I'm going to release it. Okay, so I just open it here. Open, then you see I have a PCB prints. So I just right click, I want to configure. So I want some of the outputs to be configured. So I need to generate a PDF output. I want the final layer artwork for the PDF output. Okay, so I just click yes. Then you will be able to see, I just click OK. Okay, all the final layers. Then assembly drawing, right click, configure. Then you can see all the assembly drawings here. I just go with the default. Okay. Then pick and place. So pick and place, I right click, go for configure. So you can see the columns, which columns you want to include and which you don't want to include. You can just remove it from here. So sometimes I don't want to give the comment, description. I just remove the description. Then you can set your unit, you can set your format like your CSV or text file. You can just set it off. Then okay. So then my Gerber file. So I need to configure the Gerber file. So configuring, you will see the general units you can choose and the resolution what you want, 2:3 or 2:4 or 2:5. So based on your mill's resolution, you can choose it. Then going to the layers, what are all the layers you're using in your project? You can use it for Gerber generation. Okay, then the drill drawing. So drill drawing, I need to have the drill drawing plots included. So it is automatically included here. Then the aperture, the size, then going for the advanced. Normally your film size should be greater than your PCB. You need to check and verify. And also check your leading zeros, trailing zeros. You can verify here and then click OK. Then NC drill file. I need to configure. So again here, the inches or units, I set it for 2:5 resolution. Then leading zeros, trailing zeros, you can choose. Coming down, you can also make your EIA binary drill file if you want to use your drill output file for a third-party software. Okay, you can also check box here, but I go with the default. Okay. So once I have done, you can see under the PDF, if I click here, and then you can enable them. Okay, you can enable them. What are all the outputs I want in PDF? So when I go to the folder structure, the other three will be enabled. So now I have configured all my outputs. I need to go for my releaser now. Okay, so before going, I just save my out job file. Once saved, I go to my release. So in the release, I have my source data. So click on the source data. You will be able to see whether you want to change the name of the source data or not, because the revision is A.1, and then if I want to change it, you can just click to change here, edit, you can change it off here. But I'm not going to change anything. I just go with the default here, as it is a first revision for me. Okay, then I want to include my fabrication data and the assembly data in the release file. So to include, I just click no out job file, no output job. Then automatically it will ask me, source data means it is mandatory, it will be automatically included. So we need to check box here. Then fabrication data, it includes your Gerber file, NCDL file, check box here. Then the assembly data includes your assembly drawing, pick and place. So once I select all this, I need to release it. So if I check box here only, it will release for me. So it will include my design folders in the release target. I check box here. So you can do all this. And item naming, if you want to change the name, you can change it off. Okay, it's like I want the project name, this is source name, and the fabrication file name, assembly file name. So these are default. If you want to change, you can change it off. Okay, I can just go for this. Okay. So once they are done, haven't finished yet, you have to check box here to include them in the release. Okay, default is source. I check box to include them. If you want to add one more section, you can also add it off. Okay, so once it is done, I need to prepare and release. You can do first prepare and then release, or you can do prepare and release. When I click on prepare release, it will do my validation of my project and configure the output, review the data, and then it will ask me whether I can release it or not. Once I click OK, it will be released and it will be giving me the report. Okay, so now I go to prepare and release. Okay, so it is asking me, you want to create the items? Yes. So now it asks me, yes, you want to save this? Yes, I want to save it with the release process. So now you can see here, one by one, you can see the validate has been done, generating data. You will see here it is generating the data here. Because I have configured already, so it will be generating all the outputs. Okay, so you can see one by one, it is changing to view. So all the outputs will be generated here. Once it is generated, it will be asking me, okay, it is time to release. So then I can release it to my Altium 365. Okay, so it is going to finish now. Then I will be releasing to my Altium 365. Yeah, you see, once it is done, it shows review data. So the following configuration is released. So the fabrication, assembly, source, all releasing. So I'm just can give the release note. I'm releasing to Altium 365, which I want to send to manufacturer, something like that. You can type your own message, then click OK. So once I click OK, you see our data is uploaded to Altium 365. You see the elapsed time and total size of your project, which is releasing to your Altium 365. Okay, so now it is released. Then once it is released, you will be seeing the report. Yeah, so the execution report, you see the data reports has come. In the left panel, you also see the message panel after validation. Okay, so now in the data reports, you will see all the file informations like your schematic, PCB document, output job, then your Gerber file, NCDL file, pick and place, all these informations you can see here. So now we have released it. I want to open my Explorer panel, which is I want to go for Altium 365 server inside the software. So open your Altium 365. So now this is my PCB GraphTech Private Limited. That is your Altium 365 server here inside the software. Go to the project. You can see your temperature sensor. So when I click it, automatically it will open here the temperature sensor. You can see the release date. Today I released at 14:36. So the source data, fabrication data, assembly data. Then it is released by me. Then you can see the project, source, fabrication. And then if you want to download the revision, you can also download here. Okay, and I want to see the part list, what I used in my project. You can click on part list. You will see all the component information, what is used in the project. Okay, so then I want to open in the web. I can open directly in the website. So before that, there is also another view. This is called project view. If I want to have a classical view, have all the informations, I can go for classic view. So under the classic view, you will be able to see all the files. So you can see here the PCB assembly file. When I click here, you can see the assembly file. If I click the source files, you will see all the source files here. Okay, NC drill, temperature. So you can click here to open in your software the particular files. Then you can also see the life cycle. So it is the life cycle is we have created now with this time. Okay, you can do all this now. Now, what I'm going to do, the next thing is, I just minimize this. I want to open this, okay, sorry, maximize it. I go again for my project view. So in the project view, I want to open in website because I need to release to my manufacturer. So I go to open in web. So when I open in the website, you see the design has been opened here. Okay, so I can see my design here, 2D view, 3D view, all this, and I want to release to manufacturer. So I just click to manufacturer. When I click manufacturer, you will see the release files like your assembly file, fabrication file, source file. I want to release to my manufacturer. You need to click here. So I just send to manufacturer. So click on send to manufacturer. Then I need to type in the email ID of the manufacturer. Okay. I just type my manufacturer who is in the other country, for example. Okay, so this is my manufacturer. Okay, I send them the file. Okay, so once I send to the manufacturer will be able to see it in their email. They will receive an email and then they will be able to click there to go to the website and then they can see their design and comment on it. Okay, so now my design has been sent to them. So you have to wait for it. Then it will show you the information that your message is sent. Okay. Yeah, you see, sent one. So it is sent one from me to the manufacturer. So you will see 2 files has been sent. So once you have released it, now I go to the manufacturer email. So I just want to go for manufacturer email. So this is my manufacturer email. I just refresh here. You see the manufacturer has received the email now. So the PCBA assembly file has been shared to you. So you can just click on this. When you click, you can see my name who has been shared the file. So he can open it in Altium 365. So opening in Altium 365, the manufacturer need to sign in with the account at gmail.com. Then okay, so they need to sign into Altium 365. Automatically, they will be able to see the overview of their design. Okay, so you see in the overview, they see the schematic file, PCB file, output job file, then the number of layers, dielectric material information. So all the informations the manufacturer will get here. And then from here, he can also see the fabrication view of the board. So the fabrication board view, he can see it here. And then if you want to comment, you can select the comment on area and he can comment here. Okay, comment it and that comment will be reaching to the person who shared the file to him. Okay, then the assembly view he can see. Later in the assembly view, he can view the 2D mode as well as the 3D mode. Okay, he can view the board in both the mode and he can check. Then he can also download the files. Okay, download the files, then the bill of material information, he can see it here. And then he can also download the bill of materials information. Coming down, as I told you before, you can see the NCDRL file, the Gerber file, all this information here. So when I click Gerber, he can download the Gerber file. For example, if I want to click on Gerber, it will ask you to download. So he can download the Gerber files and he can just get the all the Gerber file, NCDRL file, pick and place file, all this you can just download and get it. Okay, so this is how the manufacturer can get all his files. Okay, so any comments he want to share, he can do it in the web browser itself, so that the person can see the comment immediately, and then if there is any changes, can do. As for now, if manufacturer is saying some component like U4 is an obsolete, then the designer will see and if they will discuss through this web browser. No need to email, no need to zip the file and send them. So no need to worry the file size is too big or too small. No need that I cannot receive your file. No confusion. Everything can be done using the web browser very easily and fast. Okay. Then I go with this. I will just stop my demo. I will go to my slides.